Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the go-home show of Monday Night Raw. Last Raw before Backlash. And we're kicking things off with CM Punk.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk is kicking things off here tonight. And if you remember last time, CM Punk was in action, ladies and gentlemen. It was the first episode of the new era where he went in that triple threat match between Sheamus and Obafemi. But the more talking point here recently was last week on Monday Night Raw. He went face to face with Ilya Dragunov after Ilya lost to McIntyre. Our official Adam Pearce made it official here tonight that CM Punk will take on the Mad Dragon and Ilya Dragunov. And ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying, last week he faced off against Drew McIntyre. One hell of a match that was. But now Ilya Dragunov.
And his opponent from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov!
And now Ilya Dragunov looking to make history, looking to build momentum for that World Heavyweight Championship. He's not on the Backlash card, unfortunately, but ladies and gentlemen, this is a dream match. CM Punk, Ilya Dragunov, starting off Monday Night Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Carr rung the bell, and this match is official here. What a neck breaker by Punk. And now Punk and Dragunov into the collar elbow tie-up. And now look at Dragunov backing Punk into the corner. Jessica Carr splitting up these men. And now Punk with the reversal back into the elbow collar tie-up. And now Dragunov get caught with the waist lock by Punk. Into the roll-up by Punk and a kick out. And now look at Dragunov rolling up Punk. And now Punk with the core strength reversing the pin into a backslide. And a kick out by Dragunov. And now Punk missing the chop. Dragunov clothesline barely connects. And now Punk and Dragunov once again locking up here. Down goes Dragunov. Dragunov they're right back up to his feet. What a chop by Punk. And now there's the knee. And dropping the elbow by Punk. Now what does Punk have in mind here? Going to the second rope. Big elbow to the face. And now CM Punk looking to get up here. Big momentum here by Punk. Big fall away slam. And now Punk gets up Ilya Dragunov. Off the ropes. Punk. Big kick down goes Dragunov once again. And now both men going to the outside. Big roundhouse down goes Ilya. Big kick to the face of Punk. And now what does Ilya have in mind? Sending Punk ribs first into the steel steps. And now look at Ilya Dragunov throwing Punk inside the ring. Big kick, another kick, and now Punk with knees to the chest now of Ilya Dragunov. Going for the pin on Dragunov. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Dragunov right back up to his feet. CM Punk though finds an elbow. And now Punk with the headlock. Ilya finds elbows to the midsection. And now Ilya sends Punk off the ropes. Big German, down goes Punk. Big stomp to the midsection. Big knee, down goes Punk. Senton by Ilya. And now the Mad Dragon getting caught by Punk. Big neck breaker down on Ilya. And now Punk misses the senton. And now Ilya Dragunov with the chop block, taking out the leg of Punk. But now Punk gets back up to his feet. Ilya with the fall-away slam. What power by Ilya Dragunov. And now Punk getting stomped out in the corner. And another time. Big stomp, and now look at Dragunov going all the way across the ring. Ilya looking for the coast to coast, connecting on Punk. Ilya took a bad landing down on his part. Big punches and combos. DDT, down goes Punk. And now Ilya Dragunov with the big right hand. German, no. Punk finds the arm drag. Big knee. Big chop. And now look at Punk getting the reversal on Ilya. And now Ilya sending Punk off the ropes. Leapfrog, duck. And now Ilya with the back body drop. And now what does Ilya have in mind here? Down goes Punk. And now Ilya, he's looking to end things here. Ilya with the H-bomb down on Punk, going for the pin to defeat CM Punk, and a kick out by Punk. What a match this has been, ladies and gentlemen. And now the crowd saying Ilya's not worthy. On to the apron. And now what does Ilya have in mind here? On the shoulder goes Punk. Running power slam. Down goes Punk. Stomp to the arm. Big elbow to the back now. And now Ilya climbs to the top rope. Ilya with the knee to the midsection. Getting up Punk here. And now Ilya getting reversed. Trying to take a page out of Gunther's playbook with that powerbomb. But now Punk gets up Ilya Dragunov. Big reversal by Dragunov. Punk was looking for the GTS. And now both men finding a reversal. And now there's the Anaconda Vice by CM Punk on Ilya Dragunov. And now Punk trying to make Ilya pass out. But Jessica Carr called for that rope break. And now look at Punk getting up Ilya, but Ilya finds a big reversal. Rolls through into the powerbomb on Punk. And now Punk rolling wisely to the ropes. Off the ropes goes Punk. Big elbow. Down goes Punk to defeat Punk. Here in the opening match on Raw. And Ilya Dragunov did it.
Here is your winner, Ilya Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov defeating CM Punk here tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live on Raw, and the camera's just cut backstage and Penta and Jey Uso going at it. What in the hell's going on here? Penta with the big kick. Big reversal by Jey. And now Jey with the super kick down on Penta. There's the spear by Uso. What in the hell is going on here? Jey Uso attacking Penta, who was meant to be in action later on tonight, but now look at Uso with the flatliner through the table. And now Penta getting up here by Uso, and there's the spear. What in the hell's wrong with gentlemen? We are back here live from Chicago, Illinois. And I'm left speechless after what we just witnessed backstage with main event Jey Uso taking out Penta. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up here right now, Nathan Frazier, one half of Faxium.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing Faxium from Jersey in the Channel Islands, weighing in at 182 pounds, Nathan Frazier
is looking to build momentum towards the tag title match they have coming up at Fastlane against Motor City Machine Guns. But ladies and gentlemen, his opponent is a guy who they don't have the best of trust in one another. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. One half of DIY. And ladies and gentlemen, remember last week, Axiom defeated Tommaso Ciampa. But we only got here because...
And his opponent, representing DIY from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
We're having this matchup because 2 weeks ago, if you guys remember, it was Faxium versus DIY. Winner goes to Backlash. And Faxium took the count-out victory on DIY. And now DIY is looking to prove themselves to the WWE Universe that they are worthy of being in that tag team title match. Can Johnny Gargano defeat Nathan Frazier? Or is it going to be the same outcome like it was for Tommaso Ciampa last week, with Faxium picking up another win? This matchup is underway. Nathan Frazier, Johnny Gargano. And now Nathan Frazier starting out with the DDT right out of the gate. And now big arm drag down on Gargano. Big moonsault by Frazier, going for the pin. Early in this matchup, Charles Robinson was there in position and only got that one cut. Big moonsault. Gargano got the knees up though. And now Gargano, drop kick to the back. And now look at Gargano into the the Boston Crab now. But Nathan Frazier got out of it quickly. And ladies and gentlemen, I just got word. Adam Pearce has made our main event official, as Jey Uso will take on Penta in our main event. But now there's that moonsault, but Gargano got right back up and down goes Frazier. Now Gargano with an elbow drop. And now what does Gargano have in mind here? Getting up Nathan Frazier, big suplex down on Frazier. And now punches by Johnny Wrestling here. And now what does Gargano have in mind? Big moonsault of his own, going for the pin. And a kick out by Frazier. both Axiom and Ciampa was born from ringside. This match is going to have a deciding winner. Big kick by Gargano. Now Gargano gets up Frazier, sending him face first into the steel steps. And now look at Gargano thinking about what is he doing. Double foot stomp to the back of Frazier from the top rope. And now Gargano's inside the ring. And now Gargano's just showboating. Charles Robinson started to counter over. Big drop kick, down goes Gargano. Robinson was taking a little too much time counting for the outside. And now Gargano power slam in the middle of the ring, going for the pin. Charles Robinson is there in position. There's two and a kick out by Frazier. And now kick by Gargano. Super kick, down goes Frazier. And now what does Gargano have in mind here? Gargano looking for the Gargano escape. The submission hold that made a lot of people tap out. Is it going to make Nathan Frazier tap? No. Gargano letting go of the hold. Dropping the elbow now to the back. And now Nathan Frazier finds a reversal. Moonsault misses. And now Gargano sends Frazier off the ropes. Big stop and a kick to the chest by Gargano. But Nathan Frazier finds the reversal. Big chop. Gut punch. Another gut punch. And the side effect. And now Frazier gets up Gargano into the submission. The Boston Crab submission. But Gargano getting out of it with the boot to the face. And now look at Johnny. Big punches. Drop kick, down goes Frazier. And now what does Gargano have in mind here? Off the second rope, Hurricane Rana. And now Gargano. Kick to the back. Setting up Nathan Frazier, getting him up to a knee. And now Gargano with the drop kick. And now Gargano measuring up Nathan Frazier for another Gargano escape on Nathan Frazier. Nathan is trying to get to the ropes and he does. And now Nathan Frazier gets up here. Gargano though finds a super kick to the back of the neck. And now look at Gargano going up to the apron, misses the super kick. And now there's the super kick. Down goes Frazier. Now Gargano dragging Nathan Frazier away from the ropes. Big reversal by Frazier into a clothesline. The explosiveness of Frazier is coming into play here. Side rush and leg sweep. And now Frazier is in control of Gargano here. Big chop and another punch. Kick to the midsection. Big super kick. Down goes Gargano. And now Frazier with the slam out of the corner, going for the pin. Is this going to be enough to defeat Gargano? And a kick out by Johnny. And now Frazier kick to the midsection. And Gargano using the momentum to roll up into the pin. There's two. And Johnny Gargano beats Nathan Frazier.
Here is your winner, Johnny Gargano.
What a match by Johnny Gargano and Nathan Frazier. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, Seth Rollins will challenge Sheamus. Coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live, and Sheamus and Seth was about to get started, and look who's coming down to ringside to watch this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, Here comes the ruler of WWE, and Oba Femi. And we all know what's been happening with these two men. Last week, Sheamus and Oba got in each other's face. Sheamus pinned Oba in the triple threat match to go to Backlash. But Sheamus gotta be focused here on Seth Rollins, and this match is underway. Seth with the sling blade, and now moonsault. Now Sheamus finds a reversal kick to the back of the knee, and now Sheamus looking for that Boston Crab. The crowd is singing to Seth Rollins here in Chicago, Illinois, and it's been a weird past month for Seth Rollins, as he started off the new series by defeating Jey Uso, and then really hasn't done much here on Monday Night Raw since. But now Seth is fighting for the lockup here against Sheamus, but Sheamus using his power, taking back Seth in the corner. Big cheap shot by Sheamus. And now Sheamus with the punch into the headlock. What does Sheamus have in mind here? Head first into the corner goes Rollins. And now Sheamus with the big splash in the corner. And now what does Sheamus have in mind here? Big shoulder tackle. And now big hockey punches by both men. And now Seth is stunned on the ropes. Here comes Oba Femi. What the hell? Oba just laid out Sheamus here. Seth is pissed at Oba. What the hell's going on here? Oba just costed Seth the match. And now Oba Femi stomping out the leg of Sheamus. And now these two men are brawling here. Head first goes Sheamus, and now Oba with the chop on Sheamus. And the tensions between these two men are through the roof. Oba said last week if it wasn't for Punk, he would be the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship right now. And now Oba taking it to Sheamus. And now look at Femi getting up Sheamus here. And now Femi sends Sheamus, but Sheamus finds a reversal, sending Oba off the apron down to the floor. And now look at Sheamus and Oba Femi throwing punches on the outside. And now Oba Femi getting thrown back inside the ring by Sheamus into STO takedown. And now Sheamus gets inside the ring. Oba Femi follows. And now Sheamus with the punch, sending Oba off the ropes. Now Oba finds a needed reversal. Big punch to Sheamus. And now throwing Sheamus back inside the ring. And now Sheamus lays out Oba with the bro kick. And now locking in the submission on Oba Femi. But Oba kicks off Sheamus. And now look at Oba Femi. Gets up Sheamus here. Into the power bomb. Oba Femi and Sheamus not playing around here tonight. Looking to destroy each other. Now into the accolade. The accolade on Sheamus. But Sheamus fights out of it quickly. We need some security down here to get a hold of these men. Big headbutt into the corner. And now look at Sheamus turning around Oba. Big clubbing blow to the back. Down goes Oba Femi, but Oba with the big kick. Big axe handle. And now Oba Femi gets up Sheamus. Big punch. Oba throwing Sheamus. Kick to the arm. And now Sheamus with the knee. Down goes Oba. And now look at Sheamus locking in the submission. Oba's in trouble here. But Oba fights off Sheamus. And now Sheamus gets up the powerhouse in Oba Femi with the, oh, there's the power slam. Or the high cross, my bad. And now the WWE Universe chanting one more time. And now into another submission by Sheamus. And now Oba could be in trouble here. And now Sheamus gets up Oba once again. What does he have in mind? Sheamus with Oba on the shoulders. Big dropping Oba face first into the corner. Now Sheamus climbs to the middle rope. Jessica Core don't want to get involved in between these two men. And now Oba firing up here. And now what does Oba have in mind? With the power bomb. And now here comes security. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back live for a main event here in Chicago, Illinois. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes Penta. Penta was attacked earlier on in the night by Jey Uso.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Ecatepec, Mexico, weighing in at 87 kilos, Penta!
And now our general manager has made another match for Backlash. Because Sheamus is pulling double duties. Because Sheamus will take on Oba Femi in Lyon, France. But ladies and gentlemen, Penta's looking to gain revenge back on Jey Uso. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get out his opponent. And here comes main event, Jey Uso.
And his opponent from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso.
Jey Uso not coming out through the crowd here. Jey, he's looking to make a statement because he's been on a losing streak here in this new era of Universe Mode. He lost to Seth Rollins 2 weeks ago. But ladies and gentlemen, Jey Uso, Penta, here in our main event. Let's get into what will be a certified banger. And this matchup is underway. No, big Samoan drop by Jey Uso. And now what does Uso have in mind? Super kick, down goes Penta. And now Jey just mocking Penta here. And now into another right hand, down goes Penta. Jey Uso with punches and now kicks to the midsection. Big punch by Jey Uso and another time. Now Penta gets sent off the ropes. Big clothesline, down goes Penta. Jey is in full control here of this matchup. Penta though finds a reversal. Jey with the super kick. Penta not phased by it. And now look at Penta with the roll up on Uso. And a kick out at 1. And now look at this collar elbow tie up. Jay drives Penta into the corner. And now big punch by Jay. Using the cheap shot here against Penta. And now Jay just throwing Penta down. Big punch again. And now look at Jay with another right hand. Down goes Penta. And this has all been Jey Uso here tonight. Big kicks to the midsection. Now Penta trying to gain some momentum into the slam down. And now Jay's favoring that right knee of his. Penta's on the apron. Penta missing the swanton. And now look at Jay slowing down the pace of this match. Jay going to the top rope. What does Jay have in mind? Big elbow. Penta finds a reversal. Super kick missed. And now Jay with the super kick. And now Jay wants fans to acknowledge him. Big punch. Another punch. And Jay with another one. Big punch again. And now Jay with another punch. Down goes Penta. And now this match is going to the ringside area. Big punch. Down goes Penta again. And now Jay looking to do some redecorating here. And now Penta finds a needed reversal, trying to get back inside this matchup. Oh, there's the chop block by Jay. Penta though, with the sling blade. Down goes Jay. And now Penta has Jey Uso, sending him inside the ring. Big reversal by Jey Uso to Penta. Big punch. And now Jay with the neck breaker down on Penta. Jay ain't done there. Jay sending Penta to the outside. And ladies and gentlemen, Penta's in a bad state. He was not 100% coming into this match after the backstage attack that Jey Uso did. And now what does Jay have in mind? Going back inside the ring. Jey Uso with the splash through the table. Jey Uso with the splash through the table. And now mocking the crowd here. Penta tries to get up. Super kick. Down goes Penta again. And ladies and gentlemen, this has all been Jey Uso. Penta tried to get some type of momentum in. But Jay just stops Penta every time when he gets something going. And now Jay gets up Penta after breaking the count, sending Penta back inside the ring. And now look at Jay going to the top rope. Penta's back up to his feet. Jay jumps over Penta. Big drop kick now. Penta with the headlock on Jay. And now Penta off the, sending Jay off the rope, stuck under leapfrog. Big sling blade. Down goes down goes Jay, going for the pin, and a kick out at 1. Kick to the back, and now Penta trying to gain some offense here in this matchup, getting up Jey Uso. Super kick avoided. Big kick by Uso. Another kick by Uso. And now Penta sends Jay into the corner. Big enziguri, sweeping the legs. And now Penta dropping the double feet to the chest. And now Penta takes off his glove, threw it into the crowd. And now Jay's in trouble. Penta driver on Jay, going for the pin. and a kick out again by Jay. And now the crowd chanting fight forever, big super kick by Penta. And now Penta has Jay on the outside, or on the apron, and now there's the crossbody by Penta. Getting up Jey Uso. What does Penta have in mind? Big sling blade down on Jay. And now Penta gets up Jay one more time with the headlock face first into the corner. And now Penta kick to the midsection. Penta with the Mexican Destroyer going for the pin. Is this enough to defeat Uso? And no, it's not. 2.99. Jay kicks out. Big punch. Uso finds a reversal. Big punch. Super kick to the midsection. And big uppercut by Uso. Penta was building momentum there for a little bit. Jay now has Penta face first into the corner. Kick down goes Penta, but Penta reversing Jay, and now Penta gets back up into this big snapman. Big kick to the back, and now Penta goes to the top rope. What does Penta have in mind? Big swanton misses. And now another snapman by Penta. Getting up Jey Uso now. Trying to find some sort of offense. Both men now. Jay with 2 punches. And now both men in the middle of the ring. Throwing haymakers at one another. Jay though blocks Penta, big punch by Jay. And now Penta with the right hand of his own. Jay with the right hand. Penta with the right of his own. Jay answers. Penta answers. And now look at Jay telling Penta to bring him more. And now look at these men unloading on one another. Both men are dizzy. Big reversal by Penta. Big reversal by Jey Uso. Big punch. Now Penta finds a reversal. Jay finds a reversal. And now Jay with the spear. But Jay ain't done picking up Penta. And down goes Penta with the neck breaker. But now Jay crawling towards the ropes, trying to get there. Penta's down. Jay goes to the top rope. Jay took too much time though. Big forearm down on the face of Penta. And now Jay not trying to make the same mistake twice, going to the top rope. Uso splash on the back of Penta. And now look at Jay going back up to the top rope. Penta's in the drop zone. Uso splash by Jay, going for the pin. There's 2, and Jey Uso with the win.
Here is your winner, main event, Jay.
What a match that was, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of Monday Night Raw. We will catch you for Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night.